the great thing about the film industry. You go, some of these 100 million euro productions was not a guarantee of success. They failed. Your Blair Witches with a handheld camera running around the bushes in the woods.
We see the Blair Witch is an example of one of the big problems, is that everybody kind of goes, well, they made it for $24,000. And you kind of go, yeah, but it had a massive, great big marketing budget that somebody brought in afterwards. It actually cost about $500,000 or more. And that's the bit that costs money.
They keep on leaving out,
Yeah. No, I worked with a youngster who was straight out of college about nearly 20 years ago. And we talked about what they wanted to do. And I said, well, look, I'm going to invest effectively £2,000 of my time, my equipment into your project so you can actually get it done. And I explained where that would actually come. I then see them on the UTV saying that they'd made this film for £123. And I'm sitting there livid because my agreement was I was investing a whack of money in time and equipment and stuff like that. It didn't cost them and I could have actually just invoiced them that minute, the moment I heard them on TV for the $2,000 that they then now owed me because they've just now said they've just belittled my experience on television, which is technically what they'd actually done.
Just remind me about the film about Facebook there. I can't remember what the actual name of it was, but
Facebook?
Yeah, no, it wasn't called the film itself.
Social Network.
Social Network, that's it. But when in the early days and before they kicked it off, I think they got the offices painted by a painter and they gave him a share of the business, which turned into billions. On the back of, at that point in time, the value was not in that share. It was, we can't pay for toilet paper. And we want to just paint the wall behind us. Will you do exactly as you said? It's your paint, your time, your effort, and your skill set, go do it. But we're going, I've now paid you in the future terms €1 billion to paint a wall behind me. Because that piece of paper at that point in time, the value had not been bred into it. So there are points in time, and that's the Blair Witch concept where we chatted in our previous video was, everyone is running around, promising a Blair Witch return with no guarantee of being able to deliver on that promise. And like this, it doesn't matter what the budget, there's a minimum budget to do the ask in terms of the screenshots and the dialogue and pay the cast and crew the market rate. But it doesn't guarantee it's going to win an award, and it doesn't guarantee bums on seats that are going to be paying for it.
That's a really nice end point. We're coming to the end of this little section before one of the cameras switches itself off. So is there just a quick thing you'd like to say about what we've discussed in this last section?
Well, it's more, we've touched on a couple of things, but it's how we arrived at sitting here in the first place. Through social media, we've actually reached from the virtual and tried to bring it into the real and said, look, this is potentially the start of a journey of the sum of the parts of different silos that have a set of transferable skills that now we are trying to redeploy those skills to a new journey of a paying customer consuming and valuing what it is in terms of the learnings in the room or the product that's going to be sold upon, which we'll probably start talking about shortly in terms of training or immersive film experiences.
Brilliant. Alan, anything you'd like to add?
Well, I was going to answer the question that you asked me earlier in relation to how I got set up with the radio station, but we can leave that to later on.
Yeah, I think we'll do that in the next section, so which I think would be quite good. And again, the reason why we're bringing this little bit to a close was just because one of the systems is going to switch off.
Absolutely, no, I fully understand. There is just one little thing though. I see it all the time, particularly in the sound industry. You say you pay for a professional, you get a professional work, but a lot of people, they have the budget, but the directors and producers want to keep the money themselves, and they hire people for peanuts, and then they wonder why things don't work, and they spend so much money after the fact. Rather than spending $400 or $500 a day on somebody, they end up spending double that between ADR sessions and stuff in post to try and get sound back again.
Well, a little analogy jumped into my mind there. I was going, you should have been saying to them when they're in front of you, do you think this is Planet of the Apes? We're out, there's a bunch of monkeys running around being paid with peanuts here. This is a quality production, and you're bringing your A game, you have your 30 years of experience, and if the hello conversation is already, how much will you do it for, then these are usually the red flags.
I'll tell you what, we'll bring that into the next session.
Yep.
We'll leave it there, and we'll just package this up and have this available on YouTube. So
excellent.
And if everybody likes what they're seeing in these videos at the moment, please click on the notification and also subscribe so you can see what we're going to talk about next. Thanks very much, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you. thanks for watching. Please subscribe and click that bell notification wherever it is. I don't know. I'm not editing this video. Just tune in next time. Love yous.